Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Texas teenager Carmelo Anthony has been charged as an adult, ladies and gentlemen. It's a breaking news. Greetings, and salutations to all nations. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it's your favorite Jamaican. It's Rastafari, so to here from Blues TV. Thank you for tuning into the Rastaman channel. If it's the first time tuning in, yeah, hit that red subscribe button. Give me a follow. Give me a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. The teen has been charged, ladies and gentlemen, in the murder of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf and will be tried as an adult in Texas. That's a breaking news right now, ladies and gentlemen. You know who this is. The last month, Metcalf was stabbed to death in a high school track meet after reportedly telling Karmelo Anthony, 17-year-old, that he was sitting in the wrong seat. Anthony has been charged with first-degree murder and, according to an arrest warrant, told the police that he fatally stabbed Metcalf. Quote, "I did it." Anthony will be tried as an adult since Texas is a concurrent jurisdiction state. According to Capital B, the law allows prosecutors to charge minors, typically 16 or 17 years of age, as an adult with certain crime. The Collin District Attorney Office, which is north of Dallas, is prosecuting the case of Metcalf apparent murder, and Anthony was charged with first-degree murder in April, but a grand jury will review the evidence and decide whether to formally indict him on the charges or as lesser charge like manslaughter, Capital B report. If Anthony is convicted of first-degree murder, he could face life in prison, the chance of parole after 40 years. He will not face the death penalty. The Supreme Court has said not only you cannot seek the death penalty against someone who commit a crime when they're 17, but you can't even get them life without parole. That would not be something we could do even if we wanted to, Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis said, according to the New York Post. As highlighted by the Daily Wire last month, Anthony bond was initially set at $1 million, but a Collin County judge agreed to lower it to $250,000 and granted Anthony house arrest at his parents' home. A racially charged case made headline again early this month when it was reported that Anthony was allowed to graduate from high school. Jeff Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, said he wanted answers about the decision allowing Anthony to graduate high school, but he was stonewalled by Frisco's Independent High School District Superintendent Mike Waldrip. "I've been stonewalled," he said. "You know, I've been stonewalled. There's a protocol. I understand that there's a protocol, but Jeff Metcalf said, they said I have to make an appointment, which I did." There was reportedly an argument between the district and Anthony parents to allow the teen to graduate. So I'm just curious on how they arrived at, Jeff Metcalf said, according to CBS News. "When I read their own policy manual about what it states for mandatory expulsion and also graduation, now he made me place in a program where he was able to continue his education at home, where he did maintain his credits and could get a diploma. There's a movement online to grant Metcalf an honorable diploma, but stirred up some feelings for Jeff Metcalf. That would be great because his name will be called right before his brother's name," he said. "But the fact of the matter is, it's not going to bring my son back. I mean, it's nice gesture, but in the long run, my son doesn't get a diploma. So there's part of me that says, maybe Mr. Anthony shouldn't get one either. Ladies and gentlemen, leave your comment on this one. Let me know if you think that Karmelo Anthony should be allowed to graduate, because it seems like the circumstances are there was a track meet and there was an argument, and for some reason Karmelo Anthony was asked to leave the tent because it wasn't his school tent, and it seems like Austin Metcalf put his hand on him and tried to get him out of the tent, and Karmelo Anthony used a knife, and it appears that fatally injured Metcalf, and now it appears that Karmelo Anthony is being allowed to graduate, and Austin Metcalf's father is questioning it. What would you do if this was your child on both sides? If you was a child, if you was Karmelo Anthony's parent, would you want your child to graduate? Would you be pushing hard to make sure your child graduate? Or would you, understand that this is a hot situation right now, at least for Austin Metcalf, Jeff Metcalf, the parent of Austin Metcalf? And do you think that the school should have shunned or stonewalled Jeff Metcalf? And do you think that Austin should be allowed to graduate, at least get an honorary diploma? Leave your comment on this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rastafari Soldier here of Deep Roots TV. I'm reporting live from the studio. Karmelo Anthony will be charged as an adult, and there's backlash for the Frisco High School for allowing him to graduate after he has been charged or accused, allegedly, of taking the life of Austin Metcalf. More life and more joy and more happiness. Leave your comment on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Fire,